Yo, it's your boy JP in the building,
It's your boy Chris.
and we are. Yo, so let me be the first to tell you, man, don't change your channel.
Because this is Behind the Panel.
All right, brother of mine, what topic we got today? Let's talk
All
about
right.
it.
The topic of the day is why the Hourly Menace is more than about time. We're going to be focusing heavily
Mm.
on the series Hourly Menace, a traditional superhero, an explosive superhero creator right here, Jordan Payton, my brother. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Good stuff right here, man. Let's go stuff. So, Chris, what is it that the people want to know about Hourly Menace?
So, when we talk about Hourly Menace, the stuff that people really need to focus on is that this is a traditional superhero, one
Correct.
that is racing against time consistently throughout the series, on one that's going to be fighting multiple villains, ones that you're going to always want to see what's happening on the next page, and you're going to get to see him go through challenges that you've seen other traditional superheroes go through, but in a more unique way. And that's why we're going to be talking about it today as the focus of our video. Why is the hourly minutes more than about time? Our first question is going to be, how does time challenge a hero's role or identity when it comes to Fuse?
So, time in his instance is that, there's not enough time in a day for. He's running out of time, he's losing time. It's just like he can't please everyone, is the thing that Peyton is going to have to realize that he just can't please everyone. Just can't please everyone. Can't be the hero of the city or the city that or the hero that the city needs and trying to be, the best version of yourself on the outside. You have really seen no other heroes do it, but for him, it's just more in depth because he's more in the limelight than a lot of other heroes. Like at an early age, like what I'm saying. He's a football player. He's a football star, like with a promising career in that. He's also a boxer with a promising career in that. And so he has promising careers to the point where he took up this responsibility of being this hero, the hero of Hourly. And now, like, he's realizing that there's not enough time to juggle all of this in one. And, like, the struggles that you see him truly go through is that you're going to see him quit a lot. Like, you're going to see him quit in both aspects because there's just not enough time. There's going to be heartache. There's going to be pain, agony. There's going to be happy times, joy. But it's just like all of that is in the span of 24 hours. And that's stress, and that stress is going to wear and tear, especially on a young kid like Peyton Fuze.
Okay, this is interesting enough. How would you say that Fuse responds to this pressure? Like, how does he respond? Does he like act urgently? Does he freeze? Is he consistent in thought when it comes to acting like a hero? Like most heroes, when they see somebody in trouble, they jump in without second thought. Uh,
Yeah,
are these like traits of Fuse?
yes, exactly. And issue two, where you will see how he got his powers, like it was a call to action for him, a spring into action. Like can't go read Hourly Minutes issue two for you all. What I'm saying, to go see how that happened. But it's just like even then, like you could see how wound he was before that. Like they had a little house party. So with
Mm-hmm.
that going on, like what I'm saying, like trying to juggle, what I'm saying, liking girls and trying to get his crush that he's been chasing for a long time and stuff like that. And balancing being with his friends, his homeboys, and then now he's gonna have this sprung on him. It's gonna be a lot for the character, man. Like he's gonna have a hard time juggling this type of life, this type of lifestyle, like and especially like in the further issues on, like as we speak now, our element is four is being drawn, and so the book is already written, but it's being drawn, And that issue there is where you see both worlds truly collide, and you see like why he is not himself.
Okay, okay. Saying that's very very good. How would you say that as a hero, emotionally processing the fact that he possibly can't save everyone in time, like within this 24 hours, is that used against him consistently throughout the story?
Yes,
Just saying that he can't save everybody. You think that's going to
yes.
be something that he's going to have to deal with and fight against, and will he fail potentially?
So yes, all of that you asked, and I know a lot of people are wondering the same thing. Is yes, absolutely. Like he has a friend, and this is what really sets Fuse off. Like you'll see her in the later books, but he's gonna lose this friend, right? Like you're gonna see like what goes on. And then when he loses her, he becomes a whole different hero. You know what I'm saying? Think Black Suit Spider Man, or think Spider Man when he found Uncle Ben's killer. You know what I'm saying? Batman and Joe Chill and stuff like that. You know, like think of those moments, like when he gets there to that point, right? But it's different because both of those, what it wasn't Peter Parker's fault. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Batman's fault or Bruce Wayne's fault. It wasn't their fault on what truly happened. In a way, it's not Peyton's fault, but in a way it is his fault on why he loses his friend. So it's when you see how that affects him, and then you see the mastermind of Hourly that put all of this together, you're going to truly like see like yo, like time is not on his side, and nothing is going right. Nothing like him being a hero and how he expected and how he wanted to be is just not the same things.
Okay. Saying coming from that perspective where you brought up that there is a mastermind in the story, saying him using those key elements, using that against the protagonist Fuse, uh what mindset would you say that he's in where he's like, I want to break this hero, or I want to change the way this hero thinks?
So if you follow the DTC page, you've seen where it says broken. You've seen this image that we had drawn up, and over Fuse's jacket is broken. And these first couple issues is where you see him become the broken hero, right? Because I didn't give him no Tom nickname, you know what I'm saying? Like in Fuse's era in the Hourly Menace, right? He's growing up in like the social media era that we live in. He's current day. He's a current day hero. So
Mm,
he's getting a lot of love from all these people. He has fans. He has all this stuff going for him, like as the current day hero, to the point where it's like when they're following his every move. Right now, he looks like a saint. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing down crime. He's stopping this. He's stopping that. He's doing what the police can't do, what nobody else in the city is able to do against these people, these villains. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who is stopping all of this, or trying to at least, right? But the mastermind, like you said, his plan is to break Fuse, ruin Fuse, not only make Fuse a better hero, but the hero that the city needs, not the hero that the city wants. It's cool being a fun hero. You know what I'm saying? You get to have fun. You're beating up on bad guys. You know what I'm saying? You got superpowers. All that is cool. But when you need to make that last second decision, when you need to take that life, when you need to stop this criminal from robbing this pregnant woman, and you're only, instead of you hesitating to kill, you just naturally do, because that is what's needed of you, not what you want to do, but is what's needed of you, is the mastermind's overall plan for Fuse. That's his overall thought for Fuse himself, is to turn him into the hero that the city needs, not what it wants. Because there is more things coming to the horizon that Fuse doesn't even know about, but the mastermind does. And when you meet him and you see what's going on, you're going to see like he was the mastermind of Hourly, even though things he do, obviously bad villain, but some of you are going to look at it as like he helped. And if it wasn't for him, Hourly would, yeah.
Okay. So that's a very unique perspective there to actually create a villain who's pushing the protagonist towards being ready for like an incoming threat that he may not be ready for or that nobody's really ready for. I think some of the really interesting things, like when you speak on Fuse, is that he's going to be going through a lot of changes throughout the story, and that like beckons like the question: is there going to possibly be, without spoiling, is there going to be possibly a specific moment where uh, things aren't gonna go his way, and maybe he's haunted by not being able to do this one thing, and it harps on him. Just saying, like you've seen it in other stories with different people saying Batman has his regrets, saying Spider Man has his regrets. Uh, in those parallels there, would you say that Fuse is going to at some point come to a place where something's going to follow him for potentially the rest of his hero career?
Yes, like for the rest of his hero career, his life, like it's going to be a number of instances, and it's just because it's something he says in book one. There, there's not a manual on being a superhero, being a hero. You're learning on your own.
Mm.
And with him learning on his own, and also, he's a guy who hasn't even experienced life, hasn't done much, and he's dealing with some of the sickest, strangest, craziest people to ever be. And that's like, they're not well. Like I told you before, take Spider Man, young Spider Man at that, and throw him in Gotham City where they're not just regular, like they're mentally insane. They're mentally broken, heartbroken. They're dealing with so much other things besides, trying to get rich and trying to do all these other things, that there's bigger end goals, and that, they're not really well. Like they're not at all. Some are even sinister. Like, and that's what he's going up with, against his ninth grade year, his freshman year of high school. He's going up against something very sinister, and he has to deal with that, and it only gets worse and worse over time. And a lot of things will be his fault.
Yes, and considering the fact that you're speaking on that a lot of things will be his fault, would you say that in regards to that he's gonna actually have to deal with people who see the stuff that he's doing and actively blame him for the actual problems that are occurring. Like you said, the master plan pretty much is pushing him and propelling him towards getting ready for this threat by throwing threats at him consistently. And there other people out there who are like looking at Fuse and are like, Fuse is the problem.
Yes, there's numerous of people looking at Fuse thinking he is the problem after he disappears. I can go ahead and throw that out there. That's a spoiler. I know people be like, oh, don't, that's a spoiler. Fuse disappears, right? And when he disappears, obviously what happens when a hero leaves his city and there's nobody to protect it. Crime is going back up, things are happening, world is ravishing, all the other stuff. Again, something that's similar to being a blame that he takes on himself for, that's why he disappears, is that, like, he's just, it's so much that is going to weigh on him that he wants to hang it up because he took on too much. But again, that is the plan of the mastermind of Hourly. He wants Fuse to see that no matter how much he took on, he was the one that decided to start this in the first place. and this is something he can't quit. And with him being in a social media era, he can always bounce back bigger, better than ever. Unlike, in different times where, you got somebody just writing on you and people are not being able to see it, right? I can spoil something else. That's what the mastermind of Hourly went through. He came up in a different time period. He was a hero. That will be a comic in itself as well in the series. He was a hero. And with him being a hero in the 1970s, as a teenager being this hero, there was no social media. So it's a jealousy factor because Fuze got looked at and loved. As for him, he didn't get that same love. He got looked at as this menace. He got looked at as, even though he's protecting people and he's just doing all of this and he's saving the world and he's saving them. And I can't reveal who his menace was at the time. But it goes to show you that like he went through the hardships in a tougher era. And now he's showing a new generation, a new person that this you still have to go through all of this regardless. You can't quit. Time is never going to be on your side. You can't do things. You will always have to sacrifice. It's better you make that split second decision than you hesitate and you live with something forever. And it's a lot of things. It's something that's going to happen on a rooftop. Book, I want to say it's 6 or 7, possibly 8. But when Peyton is talking to the mastermind hourly, and he's telling him, not a checker game, Chris, not a checker game. But when he's talking to him and he's telling him how you rushed it, your anger is what led you to do X, Y, and Z. I can't get into that. When he's telling them all these things, Fuse is starting to realize like all these things are lessons, but they're difficult lessons, they're tougher lessons, they're lessons to where like, oh, you want me to do this, and he's not gonna, and just gonna be honest, as a stubborn teenager, he's not going to do these things, which is why something tragic happens for him to become this hero that Hourly City needs.
Okay. Saying that's very interesting. I think that it's a very unique spin that you're taking to bring all of these lessons forward for Fuse, and that the reader gets to follow and see this in real time. Like despite seeing that things are going to be changing him, you can be very excited about the fact that he's going to change. Not just that, well, the hero is changing here, his gestures, the way he talks, the way he feels, that you're going to get to experience a new Fuse potentially, like in the next issue or the next issue after that. So I think that's something definitely to be excited about. And I think the last question I really want to ask you is, throughout this entire episode, we talked a lot about sacrifice, about how time is against him. Is there anything that you want to communicate to the reader when it comes to how these situations turn out? Is there hope at the end? Is there something? Is there something to that he's gaining from all of this, or is he going to be able to see some sort of benefit, or is it just being beaten down by a world that basically is against him?
He's learning wisdom. The character Fuse and his main thing is wisdom. That is what he needs to learn. And he's got to learn it young and he's got to learn it early. Is that wisdom is always key. Wisdom can countermeasure to time. Because if you're wise enough, you're smart enough. And if you're smart enough, you can calculate enough and you can plan better. You can do more things because you've been here before. You know what to do. You know how to handle this. He's getting experience. And through experience, you gain what? Wisdom. And that's what the reader, especially in these first issues, you're going to see him gain a lot of wisdom. But wisdom can hurt. Wisdom can come through pain and then struggle because you're learning. It's still an experience, but wisdom is wisdom regardless. You will learn for the next time something happens or something similar to this happens. You'll be wiser enough in your decision making. You'll be smarter enough in your choices. You'll be more calculated, and you'll be more precise. And that's what Fuse is gaining from all of this, because the villains he fights after this, like the villains he fights after this, like is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you one villain. He fights a guy with split personalities. Who, what, when, where, and why. Never say why, ladies and gentlemen. You'll meet the beast. All of them have different powers. All of them are different personalities. And with that being said, he's he's more strategic and calculated in the mastermind. When you meet him, when you see him, Dr. Shots don't got nothing. No, Dr. Shots is scared of him, scared of what he is. And the name comes from the questions you ask. You meet the person you ask about. Who are you? You will meet who? What are you? You will meet what? You see what I'm saying? Where are you? He's all just one person. And when you meet him, that's somebody like, yo, like when I created him, like he really in his bag, and that man's scary. He's scary, dog, and that's who Fuse has to deal with after the mastermind. Now y'all see why he's getting prepared. There's things out there far worse than the mastermind hourly. And what the mastermind hourly does is far worse than what all those characters are going to do. And when you see what the mastermind hourly does to them, yeah. Y'all just stay tuned, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, I cook with this. I cook with this.
Definitely. It's definitely been an engaging episode. So I want everybody, so if you're tuning in, you're watching right now, go ahead and head over to our website, www.dtcomics.com. It's comics with an X. We also have plenty of other platforms we got out: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you go follow us on all of those. We're going to be setting up a Patreon soon. That's going to be pretty dope. Just stick with us while we get that stuff situated and everything. But yeah, say this has been a behind the panel episode. My name is Chris.
My name is Jordan, but one more thing. Let us know in the comments what y'all think about hourly and what y'all think is going to be. Let us know who y'all think who y'all think Fuse will become. Yes. Are y'all ready for Fuse? Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Are y'all ready for the hourly menace? Let
That
us
being
know.
said, we catch y'all next time.
Peace.